is the next round, guys.
You all know that I can get quite emotional. You all know that on stream sometimes I need to go off and have a cigarette. I get very angry. I've got a lot of things that annoy me. And so we thought, how about, I can't afford a therapist. It's not happening. So I'm going to steal a short part of every Friday's campfire chat to talk about something that really pisses me off. And you can call me a cunt. You can agree with me. You can give me your theories.
He hasn't told me what this is as well, guys. So I'm going to learn with you. I'm not prepped.
I've got two. I had one planned for today, but then something happened today, and it's not sat well with me. But I tell you what it is. Alana's mum made a cake for Nick and Alana.
My mother-in-law's pissed you off.
She's made them a cake. I didn't get made a cake. If we all go on holiday together, I'm the cunt that has to share a room with her. I'm the cunt that looks after her. I'm the cunt that takes her out. I'm the cunt that makes sure that she's all right when she's fucking drinking. I'm the one that's got to battle off her sexual advances. Yeah, I don't get a fucking cake. That fat cunt over there does nothing. That cunt over there does nothing.
Wants a bit of Jim. I want to point that out.
She does, yeah? And I don't blame her. Look, I don't blame her. But all of what I put up with her, she couldn't make me a cake. She couldn't.
Where's your friend about Nick? Nick's great. I thought I was going to get the abuse, not the mother-in-law.
However,
I didn't think it was going to be my mother-in-law.
That is not the topic I want to cover. I'm too angry to talk about this. If I'm completely honest, I need to have a conversation with Sue. Yes, Lenny, it is your mum.
Bless her. Shout out to Susan.
Shout out to Sue. Not that she. No, I've got to stop talking about this because there's actually lots of things she's done that pisses me off. But is this the time we talk about the time that I upset Sue?
Oh.
No, it's not.
No,
it's
geez,
not. No, this is calm your tits, Jim.
Please. Wow. You was just about to get a good story, guys, but he's holding it back. You must have just told him what was in the fucking bag, the way you was going there, Jim.
Right, I'm gonna.
Come on, tell me what's pissing you off.
I'm gonna talk about this. There was a situation a few years, guys, that Sue blew so out of proportion, and to this day, I have to argue my point. So it was Sue's birthday.
Just want to remind everyone. Sue's my mother-in-law, obviously my wife's mum. I just want to point that out.
She's a lovely lady most of the time.
Remember, my wife is Jim's best friend, so they go back years.
Yeah. So I grew up knowing Sue. I always thought she was a lovely lady. I feel a bit different about her now after recent events. But a good couple of years ago, it was Sue's birthday. A year or so before her birthday, her dog died.
2 months. 2 months before.
Everyone says it's 2 months. It was about a year.
2 months. 2 months.
It wasn't the nicest dog. She wasn't the nicest of dogs. She was an angry dog. She had issues.
If we said bye, like when we went round there to see my mother, if we said bye, it used to attack. And I mean attack if we said bye. It didn't like the word bye. Did it, Jim?
I've been sat round there once when the dog, and it's a Rottweiler. Now,
yeah, it's a beast.
Rottweilers are beautiful dogs.
Beast.
And most of them are actually very, very passive. It's only the ones that have been treated wrong that end up being nasty. Maybe she was treated wrong. I'm not saying anything. But I've sat round there once on the sofa. The dog's over in its fucking bed, chewing on a slipper, thinking it's her fucking baby. I'm doing nothing but watching the TV. She starts growling and going for me because she thinks I'm going to try and steal her baby. It was a fucking slipper.
Yeah, but she got confused. She thought it was a baby, didn't she?
She thought it was a baby, which that's all I've got to say about the dog.
Yeah,
anyway, she was having a phantom pregnancy. So I get it. It's a natural thing. She had all the hormones. She was protecting something. But still, I don't deserve to be growled at unless I'm asking for it.
Yeah, but you growl at everybody else. It's about time you had a bit of taste around medicine.
I growl in a good way. I don't mind some men growling at me. But anyway, we're going well off the subject. So it was Sue's birthday. And I've always had this joke with Sue that for her
Yes.
birthday, I don't buy her gifts. I get like old beans that are out of date out of my cupboard, or like tinned tomatoes that I've not used, and I put them in a bag and I give that to her. And it's a joke. And I thought this year I'm going to draw her a card rather than buy her one.
So Jay Force is my mother-in-law, not my mum. It's my mother-in-law.
It's Nick's mother-in-law, so it's Lanny Kinsey's mother.
Yeah.
Who I grew up with. Anyway, so I'm doing her card. I decided to draw it, and I thought that since it's a year since the dog died,
2 months, 8 weeks,
a year, I drew a picture of a cloud with a little dog sitting on it, and I did a little speech bubble that said, "I love you, Sue."
So he's drawn a dead dog.
No.
She was still up emotionally
No.
upset. It was weeks ago that the dog died. And for her birthday, I want to repeat, her birthday card was a picture, a hand-drawn picture of a dead dog on a cloud saying, "I miss you, I love you," and all stuff like that back down. That is sick. That is absolutely sick to break her heart on her birthday.
It did make her cry. It
did make her cry.
I did not draw a dead dog. I drew
You drew a dead dog on the
dog
cloud.
in heaven.
Who's dead? Who is dead?
In
8 weeks
heaven.
before,
I drew
he's
a
dead.
dog in heaven. I drew a dog in heaven. I thought I was being fucking sweet.
What's sweet about drawing? Oh, just so you know, 8 weeks ago your dog died, and for your birthday, let's celebrate your dead dog and say, "I miss you, Sue. My life was lovely." Who does that? That's just sick.
It's flashy,
That's
thank you. It's
absolutely
cute.
sick.
It
That's not
wasn't
cute.
2 months. It wasn't 2 months. It was
It
about
was
a
2
year.
months.
It could have been longer.
It could have been shorter. It could have been like 4 weeks.
It could have been
No.
longer. It might have been like a year and a half. The dog.
She burst out crying. He gave her the card. She opened the card in front of us all and sobbed. And I mean, sobbed.
She did really cry.
She was howling. She was howling.
No, she wasn't howling. She wasn't
It gave me
howling. She started to
goosebumps.
cry.
It was horrific.
She started to cry. I'll say that. She did start to cry. I thought it was emotion. I thought she was emotional. I thought she was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe James has done this for me." No, it turned out apparently I drew a dead dog.
So you thought that she was crying because it was so lovely. Let me get this right. That's
Yes, when she first started to cry, she started to cry, and I thought, oh, like it's really touched her. My little drawing of a dog in heaven, the lovely words.
I miss you, because she's obviously missing her dead dog, and then you throw it back in her face, and the dog's saying back, "Oh well, thank you for my lovely life, and I miss you too." It's horrible.
It was a lovely card. I even put a poem in it. I even put a poem on the inside.
Yeah, taking the
the
piss.
poem?
No, but it probably was being horrible, saying it's a horrible dog and it deserved to die.
It was about a young girl playing on a swing in a park, and then one day she died. I don't remember the exact words.
For a birthday card, Jim.
Birthday card.
For
I don't remember the exact
card.
words, but it was basically about a young girl on a swing in a park.
Howdy, Disguster.
And she was there every day, but then one day she
bears
died.
certainly appreciate them bits.
I knew this was
When
coming.
Nick dies, you know Lanny is getting a hand-draw picture of Nick, haha.
Yes.
When Nick
I want
dies,
swans.
Nick dies, I'm taking Lenny out for a night of just. I was going to say cock, but that feels insensitive. We're going to have a lovely evening at a club.
Jelly, you still watching, Jelly?
So
Jelly, you're okay. You're okay, Jelly. Me and Jelly was actually talking about my funeral earlier on. I was telling him what I want at my funeral. So, Jelly, are you still listening? Because he knows what I want. And that is one of the things.
So Lanny's saying here, the dog was dead. You drew a dead dog. You're a nasty fat man.
Yes.
I drew a... Jim's taking her for
Howdy, Disguster.
CNC.
The chunky
Cock and
bears
Coke.
certainly appreciate them bits.
Jelly!
When Nick dies, Jim is taking her out on a holiday so she can finally enjoy her life.
I am.
Wow, Tibbs.
I am
Wow,
to be.
Tibbs.
Jelly, thank you. I think Jim's card was very thoughtful. It was. I
You
drew a
do
picture.
know he's like Darth Vader. He's the most evilest man in the world, Jelly. He's nasty and horrible. No, you. Well, you are. But Jelly's a different level. He's a very nasty, horrible man.
Yeah.
So if he thinks it's lovely, you've done wrong. You've done wrong, Jim.
So at the end of the day, I drew her a beautiful card. I spent time on it.
Howdy, Disguster.
I put a personal.
The
I made a
chunky
poem
bears
up for her. I drew a
certainly
picture of a dog in
appreciate them
heaven.
bits.
I know what song I will play at Nick's funeral. Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Thank you. Love you too. Love you too. That's cool.
But just to round this little section off, Calm Your Tits, Jim, is about people who take things too serious. Going back to the Sue crying bit, she did start crying. I did think I thought she thought, what a lovely card, lovely poem, blah, blah, blah. And then she turned around and she said, I could actually slap him around the face. It was at that point. It was at that point I realised she doesn't she doesn't like my poem. Yeah.
She was howling.
The
She
chunky
wasn't howling.
bears certainly appreciate them.
I'm a little mouse, Jelly.
Can you tell us a story about your nephew and Monopoly?
Can you tell us the story about your nephew and Monopoly?
Let's
I
say
don't
that
know if I've got a story with my nephew and
I
Monopoly.
don't know that one. I don't know that one, I must admit.
There's a Lania Monopoly story. There's a nephew and Simon Says story where I made him grab a bunch of stinging nettles.
Oh,
anyway,
gee.
I digress.
And you're wondering why no one's buying you cake.
I digress.
No one's making you cake because of this.
I made a beautiful birthday card with a lovely drawing of a heavenly dog. I then put in a heartfelt homemade poem for her birthday, and she overreacted. So basically, I've got an older sister and a younger brother. I'm basically calling out those people that make a big deal out of saying that they shouldn't. And that one's to you, Sue, you slag.
Well,
next time make me a cake. That's what I'm trying to get across here.
I'll buy you a cake. Bless you.
Let's tell the brother and plug story. The plug socket story. It was actually a light socket. I got my younger brother to put his finger in a light socket so that I wouldn't get in trouble for something. I'm not ashamed of that. I was creative.
And he wonders why people don't want to buy him cakes. And yet he's everyone's favourite fucking bear. He's everyone's favourite bear. That's all I'm going to say.
Lansdale, thank you very much. Just so you know, the only cakes I really like are Marks and Spencer's birthday cakes. And I look forward to that, Lansdale.
Thank you, Jay False. That's what I want to point out. It wasn't like it was... If it was like a funeral card or like, I'm sorry about your dog card, sorry about your lost card, I get it. It's a kind of sweet card. But for a birthday card, throwing it in their face, your dog's dead and it misses you. Nah,
no, again, it's all being thrown out. It's all being thrown out of. You're all being very sensitive. Thank you, Tibby. Thank you. I'll accept a steak.
Do you really need a cake, you chunky cunt?
I do, Flashy. I 100% need. Do you know what? I'll be honest with you, Flashy. I'm not a sweet fan. Like a cake wouldn't be on my top list of things. The cake picture I got sent. Firstly, it does look very nice. Secondly, I don't understand why Sue will make them a cake and not me. I put up with a lot with that woman. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah, Jay False, big time. Jimmy needs cake. Really a fat cunt. Right, let's go to the next round, guys. Moving on. Thank you, Jim, for your little
I think we can all agree that I'm a lovely guy.